Let your adventure begin on Ruby Rails. The first thing that you need to do is pick a character. Once you pick your character, you'll have 5 action chips right here, and you'll have your player marker. Then you're going to place them somewhere on the train. You can't place them on the locomotive, and you can't place them on the caboose, but anywhere in between, on either the top level or the lower level, you're able to play your character. We're going to choose to place our character right here, and then we've got one more character we're playing with. We'll play with Woody, and we'll place that character right in here. The direction that they're going is very important. You see by the arrow right there, you'll know which direction they're going. Let me tell you about your action chips and the various things that they're able to do. First of all, you can move. And so this moves in the direction that you're going. So for Annie, she is going to move right here. You stay on the same level that you're at. Next, you have the up-down option. This takes you to the opposite one of wherever you're at. So if we are up, now that moves us to down. The next one is flip. This means that you're going to flip directions. You're going to change the direction that you're going, and you just turn your character around right there. This next one is bang. Always fun to shoot the other character. You can shoot the first character that you reach. That's the one that you hit. So in this case, it hits Woody. This knocks Woody back to the next train car and stuns him. Woody won't be able to move until he plays an action chip. And even if his action chip were move, that wouldn't move him. It would just stand him back up, and he would be ready to go again. The last one is pick up and drop off. And that's for items that might be on the train. In the future, there might be a ruby on the train. And that's an item that you could pick up and have on your character. There's also some bad guys, and the bad guy, there's one thing that he's able to do. He's able to shoot both ways. You'll want to watch out for Bob. So once you're ready to begin playing, you need your action tank. And to place your action tank where everybody can get to it, and everybody has all 5 of their chips, and they're going to only play 3. In the first round, they play in order. Rounds 2 and 3, they can play those as fast as they want to. They just can't play 2 in a row. So in this illustration, we have Annie, who's at the very back and bottom of the train. She'll be the first one who plays an action chip. She places it in the action tank. At that point, Woody is the next character who can play, and he plays his thing, not showing anybody what his action chip is right there. At that point, after every character has played the first round, now it's a free-for-all. Everybody can place their chips in at any time. You just can't put 2 in a row. So Woody puts in one, Annie puts in one, Woody puts in another one, Annie puts in another one. Now every player has played 3 action chips. They still are holding on to 2. We now have a pile of action chips in the action tank. The storyteller will begin the story in just a moment. Let's imagine that Woody is holding on to a ruby that he's already picked up, and Annie and Woody are there at the back of the train. The storyteller takes the action tank and then turns it over, making sure that all of the order stays intact. We are now ready to tell the story. We begin this story with Annie goes up, down. After that, we see that Woody also is going up and down. See that Annie fires. Bang! Woody drops his ruby. At this point, Woody moves. But Woody can't move because he's stunned. That means Woody has to get back up with that action chip. Annie picks up the ruby. Annie now is the owner of the ruby. But wait, Woody, bang! That means that Annie falls off the train. She leaves the ruby on the train and she falls off the train. If you have fallen off the train, you are lost. You are eliminated from that round. If you move and jump off of the locomotive, off on the front of the train, you also are eliminated. And here's where it gets interesting. Everybody and everything at the end of a round, the caboose, the last train car, is taken away. So in this illustration, the ruby would be taken away, and Annie has already fallen off the train, and Woody is now on the new caboose. You play a total of 4 rounds. That was the last round. You put the action tank back. You give everybody their colors. They now have their 5 action chips to go. Remember, you start from the back of the train and move forward in the first round. After that, it's a free-for-all. Everything goes in, and then that's round 2. At the very end, you want to be on the locomotive with as many rubies as possible. A couple of things to remember when you're placing your characters on the train. Don't put them sideways. If you put them sideways, you don't know which direction that they're going. So that's of no help right there. Put them sideways so you know exactly what's going on. Another thing is don't put them side by side, because then you don't know who is first and who is second. So even if you put their little notch right there so that you know who is the first one and who's the second one, who's the third one, because sometimes there's a lot of people on that train, but we just need to know the order. You can, when you move up and down, you can move either side up or down. It's player's choice, whichever. So if they're down here and they're like, no, I want to move up this far side, they can choose to move up and they push everybody along right there. It has an impact when you're shooting. Remember, when you're shooting, if you're at the top of the train right here, you're going to shoot the first character that you come in line with. That character can't duck. He can't get out of the way. He can't jump. He shoots the first character that's in line. If you have a character who's stunned, it does go over him and hits the next one right there. If there are no characters and there's a character all the way in the back, it does reach that far. Whether top or bottom, that gun reaches out to that far. Remember, anytime that you are shot, you get knocked back 1. That might knock you off the train, and then you are eliminated. It is possible for friendly fire to shoot one another as you go along.